Hello everyone, welcome to ST Model Cars. In this video, I would like to show you this 1/18 scale Nio ET5 electric vehicle. This is made by Almost Real, and price point on this $200. I got this from AliExpress, so $170 for the car, $30 for the shipping. As you can see here, this is a full opening diecast, which is pretty cool. And let me close these openings here so you can get a better look of the car, how it looks when everything is closed. Okay, with the exception of the charging port. Leave that open for now. I'll explain that to you why in a minute. Okay, so some of you may know this, that Nio is, they're Tesla's competitor. They're a Chinese brand, and this ET5 is the direct competition to the Tesla Model 3. Okay, let's get the turntable off the table here and get a closer look at the car. Okay, so there are a lot of cool features of this Nio by Almost Real. One of the things I want to show you is that this charging port here, it's kind of hard to open. That's why I left it open, but it does take some prying to get this open. But when it flips open like this, you can take this included charger, right? And then you can unplug this actually from the docking station, and you can connect this to the car. So there's a magnet on the car side, and there's a metal piece there right at the end of the charging connector, and if you put it here, right, and you let it go, it will actually connect to the car like it's charging. So if you put the car here in the service, right, you can kind of play around with it. You can back the car in, your parking spot, and get that plugged in to be charged. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Okay. And the charger came with the car, and there's a it kind of like with a leather service base, and you can put the charger on the base with the car being charged. The neat thing about this is when you remove it, there's this two metal piece here that will attach to the magnet on the base, but this actually makes the charger kind of bottom heavy. So if you put it on the service, on like if you have a garage diorama like this one, right, it doesn't get tipped easy, right? It's pretty stable. So you kind of have to hold it. But if you unplug it and you plug it in the car, right, and you decided to unplug it again and put it back in the docking station, this is not gonna fall through easy. So yeah, that's kind of neat. So let me put this charger to the side here. Okay, now I'm gonna close this. Okay. All right, so let's start at the front. So this Nio ET5 has a pretty aggressive front fascia, which I like. The design looks really fresh, and the details on this, as usual with Almost Real models, they're really good. Right, so you have this daytime running light here on the top. You have the tail light that is actually headlight. I'm sorry, the headlight that is actually down here, and you have this fence here, right? It's not a through fence, just a decoration here, and you have the bottom grille here as well. I added this European plate, just because Nio actually is being sold in Europe right now, including this ET5. So it's not really out of place to put a European plate in this Nio. Okay. All right, so let's open I guess I almost want to say the front, right? But so when you open it, you have this big plastic cover. It says Nio here, and then it has the, some warning labels here. And then you have an opening here to fill up your windshield washer fluid, right? But the neat thing about this is you can actually pry this cover off, and it will show you some pretty internal details here. There's some plumbings there, So yeah, it's pretty neat. And then on the cover, right, you can see the holes, where you top off your fluids. So if you and everything is magnetically attached, so if you look at this, right, if you just kind of pop it in place there, and it just it just clicks, and it just stays in place. So that's pretty neat. The nice thing about the hood also is the mechanism, the opening mechanism of the hood is pretty realistic, right? It's not just like a dock-like hinge, but it has this multiple linkage and the strut to hold the hood up. So, okay. So let's take a look at the side. So here's the side view of the Nio. Somewhat it kind of reminded me of the Model 3. It has kind of like that similar profiles, right? So if you take a closer look at the wheel and tires here, the wheels are nicely detailed. There's a red brake caliper and says Nio there, and then you also have the brake rotor that turns with the wheels. Okay, so here's the rear as well. Let's take a look at underneath the car. So, typical EV, everything is covered up for aerodynamics. You see that kind of like that metallic color section in the center, which is supposed to be the battery. And yeah, so a little bit details on the front and rear suspension. And the suspension works actually. So it's sprung. If you look at, my hand is, I can move the wheels here. So it does have the working suspension. And one of the really nice things about this almost real model, this ET5, is look at how tight the panel gaps are. I would say Mini Champs, Auto Art, they can probably learn a thing or two from almost real when they built the model cars. I mean, look at the panel gaps in this. It's just perfectly uniform, right? You don't see the ununiform gap, some wiggly doors that causes the gap to be uneven top and bottom. None of that. So pretty nice. Okay, let's open the interior. So the interior has this two-tone color, right? It's pretty subtle. I mean, it's not really like in your face. Just like a darker gray in the top and lighter gray in the bottom. If you look at the seat, all the seat controllers here on the side, right? To adjust your seat. The thing that kind of surprises me that this is actually not carpeted. It kind of have the material that simulate carpet, but it doesn't have a plush carpeting, which is kind of disappointing. I wish almost real would just carpet this like the other premium models, but it's pretty convincing if you look at it. It's just like when you touch it, you realize that it's not carpeted. Okay, so that's one song from me. If you look at the center console there, you have the large screen right there. It says Nio, and there's cup holders there and some details in the center console, and you have the armrest here, right? And then you can kind of see the seat patterns from here. Okay, so let's take a look at the back seat area. Okay, let me see if I can get this open. My finger. Okay, there you go. So here it is. There's the back seat area. Same color combination. It has the panoramic, like the glass roof, I guess, just like the Tesla Model 3. Okay, and since we have the interior open here, I'm just gonna show you the door panels. So here's the front and rear door panels, and if I can zoom in here a little bit, the insert on the door panel has that pattern right here, on the top here, and it continues here at the bottom. So I think it's trying to simulate a fabric that has that pattern on the real car. Okay. So if you look at the back of the car here, the tail light, this is all separate pieces, a separate lens, and they painted that red, that goes across the width of the car, and you have this reflectors here. There are separate lenses actually. And let's open the trunk and see what's there. Okay, so first of all, what really caught my eyes when I opened the trunk is just like the hood in the front, right, or the front, the mechanism that supports it. It looks pretty realistic. I mean, if you look at all the linkages and the strut that holds the trunk lid up, so that's pretty neat. The bottom of the trunk lid is finished. And the trunk here, again, it's just like the inside, it's not carpeted. It just have that kind of like simulated carpet texture. Okay, so, and let's see here. So there's a strap here Let me see if I can get this open. See what's under there. Oh, there you go. So, okay. So if you open under the that little cover there, you have a little extra storage there, right? You know, to hide that maybe the portable charger or some valuables, and you can pop that back in. So, all right. And here's the the side view from the driver's side. Okay. And let's take a look at the interior from the driver's side. So there it is. So you have the steering wheel there with the Nio logo in the center. Again, you can see the door panel here a little bit closer. And you know, unlike the Tesla, the Nio actually have a like an instrument cluster, I guess, behind the wheels. So it's not just relying on the center screen. And you know, the details, you know, if you look closer at the cluster, right, they're trying to simulate kind of like, you know, there's the speedometer there, and there's that augmented reality to show you what the car, the lanes are, and then there's some warning lights on the bottom. So, and then in the middle there, if you look at, you know, this little thing that looks like a head, I guess, right in the center of the dashboard, I guess that's called Numi, if I'm not mistaken. It's almost like your like virtual assistant in the car, so you can talk to it and ask questions, and you know, so yeah. The color in this is called airspace blue, and then Almost Real issued 3 different colors. So there's this blue, the airspace blue, and there's like a pink color, and also there's a yellow color. So you can pick one of the 3 colors, but I picked this blue one. Okay. Now I've been talking about the Nio ET5, and I can't really talk about the ET5 here without kind of showcasing its main competitor, which is the Tesla Model 3. So let me bring up the Tesla Model 3 here next to it. Right. Okay. So compared to the Nio, I guess, you know, the Tesla Model 3, it looks a little bit dated because the design has been around since 2017. So, you know, the Tesla is not a bad design. I mean, I'm a fan of Tesla. I own a Model 3, you know, for daily driver. And I do like the proportion of the Model 3. I think it looks a little sportier than the, you know, than the ET5. The ET5 is a little bit more upright and almost have that quasi SUV look, you know, just because of how tall it is compared to the Model 3. But unfortunately, like I said, the Model 3 has been around for a while, and you know, the Nio ET5 just looked a little bit fresher. Okay, I have a FLICKR account where I post some diorama pictures of this Nio ET5. I'll post the link in the description if you want to check it out. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. Much appreciated if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this Nio ET5 review. I will see you in my next video, and thanks for watching.